Hello, MoveOn members. I'm Kevin Powell, and I'm a writer from Brooklyn, New York. And I'd like to say hello to Governor Richardson. Thank you so much for being here today. Here's your first question. What is the most important priority in fighting global warming, and how does your plan differ from other candidates?
Well, thank you, Kevin. My plan is the most aggressive of all the candidates, according to the League of Conservation Voters. I would have a 30% renewable portfolio standard, 30% of our electricity from renewable sources. I would have a 20% efficiency requirement by the year 2020, similar to Europe. But here's where it's most aggressive. Reducing greenhouse gas emissions by a mandated cap and trade program. By 2020, 30%. By 2030, 50%. By 2040, 80%. Approximately 2 or 3% per year. This would send a signal to countries like China and India that the United States is serious about reducing greenhouse gas emissions. My plan would lower demand for oil by 50% by the year 2020. And my cap and trade system would be extremely strict. Fewer and fewer carbon permits would be available. And I believe that the cap and trade system is the most effective, better than a carbon tax, which would be passed on to consumers. And in addition to that, you would see a mandated cap and trade system so that it would be regional, national, and international. I would also exercise presidential leadership. I would state to the world that America is going to lead. We're going to take the Kyoto Treaty, make it stronger, and move with those very enormously aggressive targets. I believe also that we have to accompany this reduction of greenhouse gas emissions with an Apollo program where I would ask every American to help us shift from 65% imported oil to 10%, the renewable technologies, solar, wind, biomass, distributed generation, fuel cells, and we would make sure that every American participates in conservation. I would ask every American to sacrifice.